Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, I'm out here at Open Roads Fest with Chad, but I wanted to show off Chad's van right now. It's morning time, so I might have a little deeper voice than normal.
I definitely have a deeper voice than normal.
Partying hard last night.
Exactly.
His van right now, it is a professional build, but he designed it, which is really interesting to me. Guess you're gonna show us all the goodies, Chad, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet, man. We're gonna get all the details right now. What's up, buddy?
How are you doing?
Still waking up?
Still very much waking up. The coffee is helping.
I got a seminar that I got to give in like half an hour, so we're gonna get through this as quickly as possible.
This will be quick.
But we're gonna be good. It's gonna be very informative. What do you have van-wise, and then where did you get it from?
Yeah. So it's a 170, 2022 170 extended 4x4.
It's a beast.
It's a beast. She's a monster.
So what is that bumper to bumper lengthwise?
It's like 24 and change to the bumper.
Okay.
And then Alvan's boxes,
Jeez.
bike rack, I'm almost like 25, almost 26 feet total.
So you take up 2 parking spaces in the city.
I am at the furthest away parking spot on the planet. Yes, I get my steps in every day.
You don't typically park in parking lots. No. You don't typically park on streets.
No.
You are out there.
Concept of the build was to be off-grid, fully off-grid, not in cities, I'm out in nature for sure.
And who did your build, even though you said at the beginning you designed it?
Yeah, so I'm an interior designer, space planner by profession. Drew the whole thing in AutoCAD, down to the inch, very detailed, had all the specs, had everything ready to go. Ross Monster Vans out of Longmont, Colorado did the build.
Just north of Denver.
Just north of Denver,
yeah.
Yep, exactly. They were my choice because they were willing to be creative with me. And that was the best part for me. Like, I wanted a builder that was a partner in this thing. I knew I couldn't build it myself, nor did I kind of really want to, but I knew they could do it. They had the skills and the ability to do so. So to be able to take the design and some of the kind of unique creative ideas that I came up with and then bring it to life, they were on board and very excited. So
it's good to know that Ross Monster would do that for clients.
Yeah.
Because you did reach out to, we're not going to say who, but we did reach out to 2 other builders.
Yep.
And they pretty much were like, yo, we don't do custom.
Correct. Didn't want to do the creative floor plan that I came up with. And that was okay. Like, I totally get it. Is what it is. Ross Monster was like, bring it. Like, what are your crazy ideas? Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. Let's create something cool. And I think we did. So
I personally also talked to Ross Monster. They're really cool guys over there. A good crew. Can't say enough good things about them.
Ross, Luke, Andrew, the boys, like, they are really first class guys. It's a first class business. They build a phenomenal product. And
you don't even work for them and you're plugging them crap out of it.
No. I know. Like, they're just we're friends now. And
awesome.
I appreciate their business. I appreciate their communication with me if I have issues, whatever. Like, they're a good group for sure.
All right, so right before we walk in, I see you got something plugged in down here, which is one of my faves.
Right now, I mean, obviously the plug is great. We've got a little side table here that folds out, so I can use it well, but it's for Starlink right now. So we're testing Starlink. This has got some random wires, which I don't normally have hanging out of my van, but we've been testing Starlink for a month. It's a legit system. Ross Monster and I are working on creating a permanent solution. We think we have it figured out. It'll be installed probably next month permanently.
Yeah, you and I talked about a couple different ideas.
Yep.
A lot of actually bigger time van builders are doing different things to try and figure out how to integrate the Starlinks.
Correct. Kind of tricky. The connections are all funky, whatever, and we think Starlink will probably change that down the road.
All right, can we step on in?
Yeah,
and we'll start at the front, and then I'm going to stand in your entryway where you kind of talk about your front here.
For sure. Kind of the whole design concept, and you're going to see a little bit of it, was just clean, contemporary, modern. So we did Corian countertops. We did these crazy waterfall edges, kind of interior finishes brought into a van. And then the front, just kind of the curtain wrap around both. These are factory swivels. They both will spin. I've got a Lagoon table mount that kind of services both the seats. So I can block everything off, but yet still use the chairs at night or whatever.
Traditional, like, inserts.
Window shades. Yeah, so no window shades in the front of the van. And actually these things do a great job.
Right. Just
as a curtain, as like keeping heat in or keeping, air out.
Talk to me about this fridge, man, because this thing is,
Yeah, the Cruise 200, isotherm Cruise 200. It's fridge freezer, dedicated freezer. So the fridge is massive.
You have priorities in there.
Well,
lots of June shine.
Priorities are where we are right now. So we partied a little hard last night. So.
I can see that.
Yeah.
You were also a wine connoisseur, from what I remember.
I'm a wine connoisseur, so there's usually a bottle in here, which we had a bottle last night. We had a bottle the night before. Yeah, so wine's always usually in the fridge. And then the dedicated freezer, which is pretty awesome. I can't complain about it. Can put meat, fish, ice cream, whatever.
And you're living on this full time. Like, you need a freezer. I mean, this thing is the crown jewel.
It kind of is, and you know, like when the design was taking place, I knew this was going in, so it was a set dimension that was going to sit in the van.
You told me yesterday you designed this down to the inch.
Down to the inch.
Yeah, you had like CAD drawings, the whole nine.
The whole nine. Yeah,
you're kind of crazy, but
a little bit.
You know, I love you.
But it's one of those things, though. But that's what I've been doing for a living for so long. That it was the way, it was natural to me to find out what the footprint of the Sprinter looked like and then draw. But it was also Ross Monster, give him credit for taking that drawing and literally making it what it is.
A sink opposite your cooking, your induction. Really awesome. I love these. These are awesome.
Yeah. So this is basically a residential sink. It's a residential sink I've used in every project I've ever done. It's made by Kraus. So the whole sink setup, faucet, soap, this little silicone kind of tray. It's awesome.
Do you have gray water underneath, or is it under the van?
Yeah, no. So I have 2 gray water tanks. We've got 7 gallons of gray for the sink, right underneath the sink. And then I've got 17 gallons of gray under the van for the shower.
When you do national park stuff, they pretty much ask you to make sure if you have a gray tank, I believe, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
So, and it's on a pneumatic valve, so I hit a button, I can empty the shower gray tank. It's super easy.
That's awesome.
This I have to kind of take out, it's in a canister. So maybe the only thing that I would do different in the van, you asked me this the other day, would I change anything? That might be the only thing I'd tweak.
Okay.
These putting them together or having them run into one tank.
Interesting. I'm glad that you said, like, this is what I would change.
Yeah.
That's what enough people need to hear.
It might be the only, it's funny, it might be the only thing.
Only thing.
Everything else in here is pretty spot on the way I wanted it. That might be the only system, you know, it's not a big deal. Like, it's not hard to change this tank.
What's nice about having this 170 extended, you've got, I don't know, 16 feet of space back here.
Yeah.
Look at the size of this countertop, man.
Yeah,
like,
it's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, the countertop is, well, and that was part of the design concept, and we spoke of this yesterday. A lot of people put the shower on this side, and it becomes a big volume. It's an interruption, so to speak. So I wanted one wide open space that felt spacious.
It's really hard to do it like this in a 144.
Correct.
So you have to have almost the 170 or 170 extended.
It's actually, yeah, the 170 is perfect because the 170 and the 170 extended are the exact same dimensions. I just have 18 inches longer on the back end,
which helps your bed.
Correct. The bed is in the garage.
Right.
Those two things get a big bonus for sure.
Well, let's talk about the shower, and then we're going to go into this really cool thing right here.
For sure.
The shower is magnificento.
It's huge.
It's massive.
It's massive.
Do you know the dimensions offhand?
Yeah.
Well, of course you do. You designed the damn thing.
It's 37 inches this way. It's 24 inches deep. Yeah.
What's this shower head, man?
This shower head is called Nibia. This is actually the original one that they built. So I think it was a Kickstarter project or it was a startup project. This was the first thing they designed. Moen came in and bought the company soon after.
The massive company Moen.
Yeah. Yes, the showerhead company Moen. So they now own this. So, and if you go to Nibia.com, it's a Moen branded showerhead. But the showerhead, the reason why I purchased it was it claims to save anywhere between 50 and 65% of what a standard showerhead uses in water. I have 40 gallons of fresh on board. I use this 3 times a week. It's pretty awesome.
40 gallons of fresh. You use this 3 times a week, and this cleanses you, no problem?
No problem.
Do you do the marine or military style shower, the on-off?
Yeah, the on-off is for sure happens.
Okay.
And that's just to save water as best we can.
Okay.
And I think everybody does that, right? I will say it is a pleasurable experience. It is spa-like. It's not a stream of water. It is a mist.
Yeah.
It literally fills this whole volume.
So did you say how long the 40 gallons lasts you 3 times a week?
I mean, I think I only use probably less than 2 gallons in a shower.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's pretty efficient.
You have this guy, which is my favorite compost. I don't do composting, period, but if I had to, I would go with this.
Yeah. And again, it's Nature's Head or it's Airhead. Those are our, 2 choices in van world, typically. The Airhead is just far more compact. The dimensions are drastically smaller.
Way smaller, actually.
Way smaller. And your volume of, waste and solids is pretty similar to the Nature's Head. And I'm not saying Nature's Head's great, but this for me as a designer, the footprint was perfect.
When I understand, I don't know this for a fact, but to get to number 2, you have to take out 1 in a Nature's Head.
Ah, so I didn't know that.
And then on this one, you don't have to.
do that.
Right.
That, yeah. And so, changing it's super easy.
Right.
Super efficient. Yeah, it's awesome.
You
I
got to
love
do it.
Can't say enough good things.
$1,000 toilet. There it is.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So what did you do right here? Because this was your idea.
Yeah, I work full time from the road. Sometimes I work in
I
design.
think you do with this mamma jamma right here.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes we're editing some photos, a lot of photos,
Okay.
and for lots of hours. I wanted a desk, a real desk.
Okay.
Not a little bench and cushion and whatever, which kudos to those. But I sometimes have to work for a very long time. So we ordered a separate seat from Mercedes and then kind of hand constructed based on how I sit to make a desk. So it's a legitimate kind of place to work.
Kind of made it there for a reason because what's underneath you?
The wheel well, half of the wheel well is underneath me. So I know that was kind of unusable space. I knew this chair had to go up. So it fit perfectly on top. We've welded it to, there's a steel frame underneath, and then we just trimmed it out. So yeah.
Wow. And this is your desk. So you just pretty much stopped the cabinetry right here.
Correct.
And this is now your legroom.
Correct. So when I was designing it, the fridge was a fixed dimension. This was going to be a fixed dimension, whatever it was, and then the cabinets were whatever was left over.
And then you got to make them however you wanted to.
Correct. Dimensionally, they just kind of fit whatever was left. So,
let me ask you this. Would you change the dimension of your upper cabinet to come a little bit further back this way?
Yeah, we talked about it for a long time. Actually, the original design, Ross Monster wanted to push this kind of to the end.
No.
And I was like, no. I wanted some more headroom. But the volume of these three cabinets, I was okay with it being here.
Okay.
Because this cabinet ends up being kind of my tech cabinet, and then the other two are kind of food storage.
Food storage, cool.
Yeah. So we can talk about this real quick, and this being something.
Yeah, I mean, you showed it. I didn't ask you to.
I don't care. I'll show it. It's fine. It's
because nobody breaking into this.
Bolted to the frame. It's 80 pounds. Yeah. Good luck trying to rip this out of the van. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, I won't get the code on camera.
For sure. We'll take this away. But when I need to work, this is kind of how.
Jeez. I thought I had a big laptop.
So, but this is literally how we set it up.
This is your work,
This is the work. This is the space. This is how we kind of created it.
You thought everything though. You have the safe right next to the chair for your laptop and your desk, and you shoot full time on the road.
I shoot full time on the road. I'm a design consultant as well. I have a design consultant company, and I do some real estate stuff on the side. So I'm always doing something on a laptop or with a camera.
And I'm not going to say what company, what brand it was, but you did a photo shoot right on this table out here, and it was like a big deal.
It was a big deal, and I did it in a parking lot in the middle of Denver for a couple big companies. A little product shoot, and it was. And
the clients were extremely happy with your work.
Super, super happy. Yeah. The photos were the photos were great. But
and you got rehired. Like it's like like when you get rehired, that's a compliment.
It's a good thing. The CEO loved the images, and I've continued to shoot for them, but I have a full light kit and lighting setup studio that travels with me, and I can set it up anywhere, basically anywhere.
So you do a lot of product shots.
A lot of product shots.
Your bed, do you sleep north-south or east-west? Any which way you want, I guess.
I am fortunate. I can sleep either direction. So we do have the flares on both sides. So it gives me the ability to sleep east-west. Because this bed it's a 170 extended, I can sleep lengthwise as well. It's actually a king lengthwise, and a queen horizontally.
Okay, so we'll call it a king queen, I guess.
Queen, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, or queen king.
It's a really big bed.
Obviously your idea was not to put any upper cabinets here, but over there you have them.
Two smaller upper cabinets, keep all my clothes in there. This other cabinet ends up being a hanging closet. Tie-dye for sure, obviously. We'll get to why I have some tie-dye on the outside of the van's name, and yeah. So.
And you're even rocking the Fox shirt, man. I saw that.
We're gonna go ride today, so definitely rocking some Fox shocks on everything, the van and the bike.
Yeah, and before we go outside, you have a lot of real estate on the roof.
Yeah.
So do you have how many fans? What do you got for? Yeah.
So Nomadic 3000, the 12-volt AC system, phenomenal.
Right over the bed, which makes the most sense.
Yep, it's perfect. And honestly, I've only used the AC in crazy hot environments. Arizona, Tucson, that area. But I'll turn the fan on all the time, just to get cool air kind of flowing. So if it's cold out at night, rather than turning the Max Air on, Max Air is great as well. I just turn that on for an hour, so totally fine.
And then what's above me in this kitchen area?
So we've got Max Air, we've got 200 amp hours of solar on the roof.
I mean,
which we're
I mean, it becomes obsolete though, because you can get a second alternator and you can charge it up that way.
Correct, and that's what we have. That the second alternator is the main charge for the entire system. We're playing with different solar options right now. We think we're going to remove the solar panels and do a portable solar panel.
Yeah.
And then
you and I talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about this. But above you is literally just a platform to hang out on. It's 6 foot by 6 foot. You can put chairs, tables up there, 2-3 people. It's pretty awesome.
I mean, we're talking about batteries. We might as well say what you got for a system.
So it's full Victron, 600 amp hours of lithium, and I've got a 3,000 watt inverter.
So you have enough power to last you days on end, even
end.
if you didn't have solar.
Correct.
You're fine.
Correct.
You know, and there's like trickle charges that 600 amp.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's step outside.
Okay.
You know, this is where the price really starts to jump.
A little bit. A little bit.
You have a lift on this?
Yeah, so it's full rip kit, Fox shocks. It's phenomenal. It's a 2.5-inch lift.
You don't have a bumper?
Don't have a bumper. Don't have like a winch bumper, but we did Line X the whole front end.
You know, you can do the subtle like a CA tuned.
Yeah, and I might do that.
You might do that?
We may do that. It was always something I can come back to do. Ross Monster was like, go drive it, figure it out. If you want to put a winch on, we could always put a winch on. The Line X is pretty bulletproof.
Oh yeah, that stuff is great.
It's pretty rad.
All right, let's go check out the rest of this back here. And I'm gonna flip around because of lighting purposes.
You're good. So this is a Ross Monster special.
That thing is rad.
Everybody carries Max Tracks. And then
everybody like you that goes actually out in there.
A lot of people carries Max Tracks.
This is true.
Ross Monster created basically just a happy hour table. This is actually a product you can buy from their website. Anybody, any van can purchase it, bolt it onto your van. It's a pretty rad product.
Yeah, I mean it seems pretty stout. Have you had a lot of weight on that?
Yeah, I mean I cook on it, put
do you? Okay.
burners on it. Yeah, no issues. I mean, obviously I'm trying to keep it away from the pain of the vehicle, but it's good. I'm gonna
there it is.
Shout out.
That's why you have your tie-dye stuff?
Yeah, we'll get around to the back too. There's more of it.
Okay. Yeah, this is a mammoth gem of a setup. I mean, look at all this stuff, you know.
So Alvan's rear tire carrier, Alvan's Sherpa rack, Alvan's box, Demos shovel, and then Rocky Mount rack. So
have you had to use the Max Tracks or the shovel?
No.
Okay.
I've used the shovel, but not the Max Tracks yet.
Okay. For pooping?
No, just for like I was helping somebody else.
Okay.
So we stripped the Mercedes logo off and
you finally got to why you have all the tie-dye.
A little steal your face.
For people that don't know what that is or what that logo is, I don't know, look it up.
That is the Grateful Dead logo. The van is named Althea after a famous song from them. So yeah, she's a dead van.
But she's a dead van.
yeah, for sure.
Let's open this up and see this probably massive garage of yours.
It is. It's pretty large.
Obviously you do mountain biking. There it is right there.
Yep.
You have 2 other spots for mountain bikes right here.
Correct.
It looks like you have...
Yep, HART tool to work on the bike. So both of them slide out. They're on 500-pound slides. This is set up with outdoor shower.
Yep. Mostly for spraying off bikes, I'm assuming.
Correct. Actually, I use it far more to clean the bike than to clean myself.
I still have my Starlink box too. It's like it's for storage.
Right now, until we get it figured out, that's my setup. So, but this was designed specifically for 6 Yeti Go boxes.
That's perfect.
Can take them in and out. You know, super accessible when I need to get access to gear.
Wow.
If I have big items, literally can take all of them out, put the big item in. It's very interchangeable. It's a pretty rad setup.
I mean, these things are bulletproof.
They're awesome.
They're awesome. You can drop them off cliffs and such.
Exactly. Waterproof. Yeah, they're fantastic.
It's either Pelican or Yeti.
Yep.
I mean, that's the way to go.
Yeah, I'll throw Rome Adventure in there too.
Oh, okay. Rome Adventure is a good one too.
Rome
Yep.
Adventure boxes are good as well. Actually, we're getting one. That might be the Starlink setup.
We're
figuring it out.
Yeah, Rome Adventure actually does make phenomenal products.
boxes.
You're right there. Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to see water or any of those?
It's a water tank.
Actually, I do want to. I'll give a shout out to Aqua Hot.
Okay.
The heat and hot water. So it's a heat system and my hot water delivery all in one package. Right now it's obviously summertime, super hot, not running the heat, but I just push a button and it's instant hot water. Aqua Hot is the company. The heater, we have 3 separate zones of heating in the van. I can heat the front, the middle, or the rear all at different temperatures, all at different times. I can turn them off independently. It's a pretty rad system.
Another 500-pound tray.
Yep, another 500-pound tray. In the summertime or the wintertime, this comes out and I've got a full ski rack here.
Oh, wow.
3 sets of skis, boots, bindings, the whole 9.
So mountain biking in the summer, skiing in the winter.
Yeah, wherever it's heavy, snowing most next winter is where Althea will be parked.
Utah or Oregon or
Washington,
Colorado's another good spot, obviously.
Exactly.
Geez, you could be anywhere.
I could be anywhere.
And that's the beauty. Do you do the Icon Pass?
Icon and Epic.
And Epic,
So
okay.
I covered them all.
Oh my goodness. Jackson Hole you could do.
Ski wherever I want.
My goodness.
That's the point.
All right, that is the point.
I'm fully off grid. I've got no ties to anything. No issues. Can be completely self-sufficient.
Guys, check him out on Instagram. I've already put your thing up there, but please say it again.
It's Bearded VanLife for the van and my travels, and then Bearded Image is the photography company. So
design stuff as well, or do you have that Instagram? Or
you can just, not necessarily, you can let Chad D. Quinn is my other Instagram, my
Okay,
personal
Chad.
Instagram. I don't care.
Is it the Chad?
It is. Well, that's, everybody knows me around here as the Chad. ChadQuinn.com. It's at least my little CV and talks about what I do design wise. But
Sweet.
Yeah, the photography stuff, and then obviously the travel for sure.
Well, man, thank you for showing us your van.
Yeah.
I think we all loved it. I did. It's a great van. Shout out to Ross Monster for doing a phenomenal build.
Yeah. I can't say enough good things about Ross Monster.
So I need to get into their shop as well, just to check them out. But thanks again, bud.
Yeah, man.
We'll talk soon.
Appreciate it.